Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Good evening. You're watching Oman News. First, the headlines. To implement decisions of SMEs Development Seminar in Sheikh al-Shamikhat, an agreement of ensuring loans and memorandum of understanding to manage entrepreneur centers are signed. For the sixth consecutive time, the Sultanate wins UN Public Service Award 2014. And the Sultanate launches from Brazil the project of Act for Tolerance on social media sites. Those were the headlines, and now the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos has sent a cable of greetings to His Excellency President Ismail Omar Ghalia of Djibouti on his country's independence anniversary. Developing the culture of entrepreneurship and supporting entrepreneurs financially are the top topics discussed in the third workshop related to following up implementation of decisions of SME Symposium in Sheikh al-Shamikhat under the auspices of His Excellency Dr. Ali bin Masood al-Sunaidi, Minister of Commerce and Industry. More details in the following report by Syeda Nayab.
The third workshop was organized by Public Authority for SME Development, came to complete discussing the procedures which were taken by the bodies concerned to enhance this sector after they were discussed in the first and second workshop.
Today already we will sign with most of the bank in Oman regarding the loan bank guarantee, and this is one of the instruments to help the SME to get finance. And as all we know, the authority, they help the entrepreneur, they help the small and medium and micro as well in terms of technical assistance and also financial assistance.
Developing the culture of entrepreneurship and supporting them financially were the top topics discussed in the third workshop related to following up implementation of decisions of SME Symposium.
Today, almost all decisions has been achieved. Almost we reached 90% of the decisions has been implemented, and the remaining things hopefully we can do it within the next few months.
Partnership program and consultancy services contract were also signed, in addition to launching the branch of Public Authority for SME Development and Rafa's Mobile Fund.
I'm working for my own business around now for 7 years. I'm continue for that, and I have left my job to be free for my business, and I hope that I'll get more support from the government, and they have supported me. Until now I am getting support. What I have got support that I have been gone abroad. I attend so many workshops, I attend so many exhibitions under the SMEs development.
SMEs have a prominent role in strengthening national economic development in Oman. The Inspire Success Mentorship Program is looking for business leaders and role models to support growing Oman SMEs.
The main idea behind the SMEs Inspire and Celebrate program is to meet your mentor, learn from their business experiences and set up your own goals for your business. Syeda Nayab, Muscat.
The Sultanate was crowned by the UN Public Service Award 2014, which was hosted by the Korean capital Seoul. The Sultanate, and for the sixth consecutive time, achieved this international prize through winning about nursing and midwifery program of recovery of the Ministry of Health. It won the first position award for the category of abolishing differences between genders in providing public services. The Sultanate participated by a work paper presented by the Ministry of Health on providing public services for women and girls, through which the role of the ministry was viewed by providing health care for this important sector of the society. In order to highlight values of tolerance and coexistence among cultures in the world, Message of Tolerance exhibition in its 47th station commenced in Sao Paulo city in Brazil. The event coincides with Football World Cup, currently hosted by Brazil, in its It is also the first station of the exhibition in Latin America, which has a friendship and cooperation ties with the Sultanate. Many personalities representing various segments of the society took part in the inauguration ceremony. The exhibition's superiors selected Brazil to launch Act of Tolerance project, which is a media campaign on social media sites with 20 global languages. The campaign aims to contribute in achieving values of tolerance and coexistence among individuals, societies and the world. Through this exhibition, the Sultanate expresses its keenness to convey the global message of Islam based on tolerance and peace for the welfare of humanity. Still to come in our news bulletin. Youth's talents and abilities are highlighted by the exhibition of a summer center's creativity in the Governorate of Al Brahmi. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. Public Authority for Consumer Protection emphasized that it is going on in performing its message and continuing to monitor commodity price lists in various markets of the governorates of the Sultanate, and stressed that it will work in cooperation with other bodies concerned to unveil any price manipulation done during the previous period and to return the situation to as it was. That came during the meeting of His Excellency Dr. Saeed bin Khamis Al-Qabi, Chairman of Public Authority for Consumer Protection at the authority premises in Muscat, with directors of Consumer Protection Authority departments in the governorates of the Sultanate. By issue of orders of His Majesty Sultan Qaboos to postpone applying decision of limiting commodities subject to monitoring by Public Authority for Consumer Protection, a meeting was held and aimed to discuss and review decisions related to mechanisms and monitoring prices in continuation of that the authority has started since its inception and to fulfill one of its main objectives, namely monitoring markets and ensuring price stability. The chairman of the Public Authority for Consumer Protection said that the authority, since the issue of royal orders, the authority worked to put it in an implementation and started by holding urgent meetings in various governorates of the Sultanate, bringing together directors, cadres of the authority and teams of judicial seizures and a field group were formed to follow up market in the complete way. The chairman confirmed during the meeting that the authority is continuing to monitor prices, adding that the authority has complete database either on paper or e-data available in monitoring system of prices of hundreds of thousands of commodities in various governorates of the Sultanate, and thus reaching to a previous price is not a difficult task, and necessary legal procedures will be taken by Public Authority for Consumer Protection towards violators of the royal orders. Competitiveness in domestic markets will remain hub of the authority in upcoming laws. The Ministry of Manpower aims to use electronic system in most of its transactions with the advent of 2015 as part of e-government transformation project. Among these transactions and services are labor clearances, employment and lease contracts. The new mechanisms will save time and efforts for entrepreneurs and citizens, as they do not have to go to the ministry to finalize their transactions. A new batch of brigades of recruits of Iraq forces at the Royal Army of Oman graduated today on military parade grounds in Jor Sahel Noot under the auspices of Major General Matar bin Salim al-Baluchi, commander of the Royal Army of Oman. The event started by a salute for the chief guest, followed by inspection of first row of the graduates. Then the graduates put up a show of ordinary march and weapon movement accompanied by music of the Royal Army of Oman. After that, the chief guest presented prizes to the toppers for various activities and competitions. Then the graduating batch performed royal oath and cheered thrice life of His Majesty Sultan Qaboos, Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces. The Municipal Council in the Wilaya of Khasab in the Governorate of Musandam discussed in its meeting a number of topics related to services aspects in the Wilayas of the Governorate. The meeting, which was presided over by His Excellency Sayyid Khalifa bin Mirdas Al Busaidi, Governor of Musandam, focused on how to get use of environmental and touristic potentials in the Governorate and the economic and social projects. The Council members sought in cooperation and coordination with the governmental bodies and private sector institutions to contribute in improving the services provided to citizens and develop the society through following up the needs of the Governorate of Musandam. Craft Day is heritage program recorded a good attendance and participation in Ibris Summer Centre, which was organized in cooperation with the Handicraft Office in the Governorate of Dhahira. Craft Day was a good opportunity for the participant students in the centre to get acquainted with some handicraft and other skills. Ibris Summer Centre provided the participants with various programs in the field of heritage, culture, history and sports. The Governorate of Dhofar is living these days an exceptional atmosphere with the start of Kharif season. The Governorate, since entering of this season, is witnessing splendid weather and beautiful look as temperatures decreased and slight drizzle started to fall on the mountains, plains and the cities. Predictions indicated that this year Kharif season will be an exceptional with drizzle, light rain and fog will be more. Moderate to heavy rains accompanied by winds and hails today fell in Wadi al-Bani Khafar in the Wilaya of Rostaq. A number of wilayas and villages in the Governorate of Dakhliya also had rains varied from moderate to heavy, accompanied by winds and hails. As part of activities of summer centres in the Governorate of Brahmi, the Directorate General of Education in Brahmi organized an exhibition that included samples of students' works. The event came to reflect students' creative works during the scholastic year and embody efforts exerted by the Ministry of Education in developing students' capabilities and skills and preparing them for future. The exhibition included 5 stalls in the field of arts, photography, handicraft works, scientific innovations, poetry and public speaking. Now for the general weather forecast. Partly cloudy skies will prevail over the coastal areas of the Governorate of Dhofar and nearby mountains with chances of intermittent drizzle. Rest of the Sultanate will have clear to partly cloudy skies with chances of thunder showers accompanied by hail and active winds over parts of the Hajar Mountains. Winds will be northeasterly to moderate to active along the coast of the Sea of Oman, while it will be southerly light to moderate along the rest of the Sultanate. Seas along the coastal areas of Arabian Sea will be rough with a maximum wave height of 4.5 meters, and along the rest of the Sultanate's coast it will be slight to moderate with a maximum wave height of 1.5 meters. This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. To implement decisions of SMEs Development Seminar in Aseh al-Shamikhat, an agreement of ensuring loans and memorandum of understanding to manage entrepreneurship centers are signed. For the 6th consecutive time, the Sultanate wins UN Public Service Award 2014. And the Sultanate launches from Brazil the project of Act for Tolerance on social media sites. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the studio and the newsroom, it's good night.